Today is the first day of the Bramley apple season, and Gordon Ramsay has agreed to endorse the product by cooking a dish of his own creation before a select coterie of foodie journalists.
Have these delicious, wonderful Bramleys apples. But the big surprise today is what they don't realise is inside the Granny Smith apple. It's not a Bramley. Yeah, I think we've got the editor of Now, Bella, OK Magazine, Woman's Weekly, and some Period magazine as well. And tell me one thing, out of all these food journalists today, how many of them will actually identify that they've got a Granny Smith apple or Bramley's apple? Which one?
Is that a bit naughty though, do you think?
Yeah, well that's not for them to know, is it? Because, you know, we'll remove this little thing here. Look, this is called a label. I've got to be back here by 1 o'clock, and it's got to be, you know, the fastest £5,000 in half an hour.
Not a trace of guilt as the chef poses with Bramley's unsuspecting frontman.
Gordon's endorsement is the main thing for Bramley Apple. I mean, he's one of the top young chefs of the day, 2 Michelin stars. I mean, absolutely perfect. And we want to establish Bramley as the apple for cooking, so who better to endorse it than Gordon Ramsay?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I really want to fucking be here, and bullshit. I feel like I'm standing in the middle of Soho with my knickers down. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, I'm strapped. There's no two ways about it. I'm strapped for cash. I'm a little bit behind bills, and so when someone's offering that kind of fee to promote an apple, the last time I touched a Bramley apple was probably with Mum's roast pork.
The good thing about it is that it doesn't change its flavour during the cooking process, so you get this lovely sort of appley tang that comes right the way through, which is you know, brilliant. And of course, chefs like Gordon appreciate that. Now, we're extremely fortunate and privileged to have the double Michelin-starred chef Gordon Ramsay with us today, and in a few moments I'll hand over to Gordon.
Unbeknown to the organisers, Ramsay believes that by adding a teaspoon of pureed Bramleys to his Granny Smith's dish, he's still honouring the deal.
Fold that over like so, forming a nice, neat triangle. Flip that over there. Spoon of butter, normal salted butter, and Jesus. Didn't realise it's that strong. Now we're on fire. Okay, fire extinguisher. Put that in the bin, I think. That's a bit too hot there, Matt. You've done that on purpose. Oh, the bin's on fire, Matt. This is not pretended. You know, this is actually real. Actually, some water in there to cool that down. That's better. Put that back in there. Dry out the pan and start again. So you can cut and turn back. We're going again. I mean that. Okay, butter into the pan. What a dickhead. Into the non-stick pan, which is not standing up right. Go nice and golden brown on the outside. And we're just going to stack and just glaze and drip that round. And I'm sorry for rushing, but that's the Bramley's apple caramelised in phyllo paste with a wonderful millefeuille of apples served with the alcoholic sorbet. And thank you very much, Steve, for coming. Matt's now going to show you 2 or 3 more how to fold them. Thank you.
£5 richer for just half an hour's work, and he's running back to his restaurant in Chelsea.
What a fucking nightmare.
That must be the easiest money you've ever made.
Yes, it is, yeah. Yes, it is. What a plonker. That guy from Bramley's Apples. Fucking nightmare.
During a typical evening service, Ramsay's mood isn't quite so jovial.
Why don't you say, touch it then? Touch it! And then fucking eat it! You're trying to slice them. The arsehole's got a carving knife, Mark, and he's trying to slice it. 2 seconds, Christoph, yeah? Okay, you can see we're in the fucking shit. Hey, Everyone's got 1111, 1111, nothing grouped together, yeah? Okay? So give me fucking 10 minutes, okay? The smallest a la carte. We've got no prestige ravioli. I've asked you for the smallest a la carte. I've said it 4 times. Do you want it fucking faxed?
The restaurant is less than 2 months old, but Ramsay is already averaging a staff sacking a week.
Just put it down there and fuck off, yeah?
Conflict is not just confined to the kitchen. His temper has spilled into the dining room. This time it's an eminent food critic who's been on the receiving end, and it's made national news. At 7 o'clock on a Friday night, Gordon's usually sourcing a lobster ravioli for his discerning diners, but tonight he's minutes away from appearing live on an outside broadcast for the BBC's Watchdog programme.
First, let me set the scene, OK? It was this Monday at Gordon's restaurant in Chelsea, and in walked AAA celebrity Joan Collins, a model called Nicola Formby, and her boyfriend A.A. Gill, food critic of the Sunday Times, who had written the following words about some of Gordon's restaurants. He said the menu was, in some respects, utterly tasteless and embarrassing. He said that his restaurant was, quote, utterly forgettable, and to cap it all off, he compared Gordon to an 11-year-old.
Right, so that's the table, which is table number 3. They came here, it was about 5 to 9, I think. They came together. A. Gill sat A, which is position 1. Next to him was John Collins. We served the bread, and while we served the bread, Gordon came out, and that's when he said, okay, say good evening to everybody. Good evening, Adrian. Good evening, Mrs. Collins. Good evening, da-da-da. Good evening.
Adrian got out of his seat to shake my hand. I said, how are you? I said, I'm fine. I said, obviously extremely busy. Then I looked over at Joan and asked her very politely not to take it personally, and then returned to Adrian. Adrian, would you mind leaving? And he sort of burst out laughing. He said, seriously, Gordon? I said, Adrian, very seriously. Would you mind getting out?
And I suppose I just thought how quaint, how quaintly 80s of him. I mean, celebrity restaurateurs, chefs, throwing people out of their restaurants seems to be such an incredibly old-fashioned thing to go. It sort of goes with spun sugar baskets and cappuccino soup.
And why did you do it, though? Because they do say if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. And
Right.
isn't it part and parcel of being in the food business?
Yeah, I mean, we're working extremely hard. We're working 16, 17 hours a day. The reason I've done it is because I don't really want to open my doors to personal criticism any longer, I suppose.
But if he kind of roasts your food, as it were, you're not too bothered with that?
Not at all. I mean, we're there for that kind of criticism every day. I mean, constructive criticism is important, but the personal digs, that's not fair.
Joan Collins. She hadn't done anything wrong. She ended up having to leave your restaurant.
Yeah, that was a great shame. I mean, my mother is not impressed.
It's been a long-running feud and not always played to Queensberry rules. Gill's got personal, making a hurtful reference to the chef's former career as a failed footballer at Glasgow Rangers.
I maybe never have been the first ever British chef to get 3 Michelin stars, but I'm going to be the second, but I'll always be the first one that ever kicked out A. Gill.
I got back that evening and found that there were 4 messages on my answer machine. The first one was timed 9:40, which must have been 20 minutes after we'd left, and it was from the Daily Mail, and it just said, Mr. Gill, we've had a call from Gordon Ramsay, would you like to comment? So I mean he obviously saw it immediately as being a way of getting into the papers.
Ringing in the newspapers, then that's not my style, and I don't get off on that kind of thing. And when we have serious celebrities in here, the one reason why they come here is because we respect their privacy. We don't blow the lid off for the sake of getting the paparazzi outside.
Another way to rile Ramsay is to call him a celebrity chef, a tag he robustly denies. It makes today's photo shoot at home with Celebrity Bible OK magazine somewhat puzzling.
A bit earlier than before this. Do you mind if I go and sit in the toilet for half an hour, Tommy?
Hey, dude. Instant coffee. Hey.
For once, Ramsay's not completely hogging the limelight. The supporting cast goes to wife Tana and 6-month-old baby Megan.
Yeah, there's been a huge difference in the interest in not only sort of Gordon, you know, at work, but at home and really everywhere they can do something. I mean, it's fine. Some of it's quite intrusive. They want to know more and more about his sort of personal life, which obviously involves Megan and I, rather than just, you know, Gordon at work. And, you know, Gordon sort of comes and goes. You know, he comes when they're ready and disappears soon after.
This time in life. Second time.
I'm not used to it. I don't find it as easy as Gordon. And my sister always laughs and said, I knew you and Gordon would do it one day. So when I told her that we were doing this, she was just laughed at me.
Okay, right. The schedule's changed for tomorrow.
Appearing in OK magazine might be embarrassing for Tana, but Ramsay will be getting a plug for his new restaurant and is already organising a second shoot there tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, they're concentrating on the food. Okay? Can you make sure the dining room's ready for 4 o'clock, please? I don't want to be labelled as a celebrity chef, and I don't have that status. I've never wanted that status. Appearing in OK magazine may not help, and it's a slight contradiction. I don't do it to put myself on par with Gary Rhodes or to start, you know, acting like the next Brian Turner. I think they need that. It's like an intravenous drip for them. John did it.
I think if Gordon doesn't recognise that he's a celebrity, I think he's being slightly disingenuous.
Being a celebrity chef is the worst position for him. He's really bad at it because he can't control his temper.
At the restaurant, the start of another tough week.
I'm a firm believer in starting the first service of the week off correctly, do you understand? For me, like that as an indication of how the whole week's going to go. Start off like a fucking arsehole. Tonight will be shit, tomorrow lunch will be shit, and Wednesday you won't be here.
I'm not scared of him. I mean, it worries me a bit when I get bollocking from him, like, as it would anyone. Otherwise, the bollocking wouldn't work. To say I'm scared of him, I'm not scared of him, but he does... it gets to me a little bit, yeah, but I'm not scared of him.
Give me one good reason.
You know, I'm the most difficult chef to work for in Britain.
Where else is going, Owen? How can we fuck that up?
I know what's right, I know what's wrong. I know I have a temper. I know I'm aggressive to work for.
Just stop panicking and concentrate.
But at the end of the day, I know damn well that those guys will go home knowing full well that I'm fair.
When he's yelling, sometimes it seems personal. In 5 or 10 minutes' time, you kind of have to put it aside. I used to dwell on it for the rest of the service, and that was it for me. I was hopeless for the rest of the night. But these days, I just put it aside. Okay, I've made that mistake.
Just stay here and take this fucking train.
I think I have gone too far on 2 or 3 occasions. I can't control that, and in 10 years' time, I'll still feel as passionate about bollocking someone as I would praising them.
The rest is gone, Mario.
But don't always pick up on just the negative side. There's a very kind, understanding, loyal side to my character that you very rarely get to see.
Today there's an important customer at table 7. Guardian food critic Matthew Fort is in for lunch and hoping to survive a little longer than fellow reviewer A.A. Gill.
There he is. Yes, I think he is. Yes, he is.
The kitchen's aware there's a critic in the house.
Come on, Simon, on your toes. Well, I mean, all my customers are food critics. I don't feel any different to normal customers. I think the most important thing is to remain at arm's length distance from these guys. Getting close to them is dangerous, and these guys aren't there to get close to. Treat them like a normal customer. That's the most important.
Matthew's dining partner is Jane Lewis, who works in the catering trade herself.
Je pense qu'il prend le canard. Matthew is going to take the duck. Make sure you've got lots of dates in there now. Should we put the monkfish on again? That went well though, didn't it? Yes. Yeah? Went very well. Okay, you explained to Matthew the wine list?
Yes, I give you the wine list on the...
No, of course, no. Normal customer. Just before we send the starters, I want to know.
If you are recognised, then it would be very difficult for them not to make a bit of an extra effort.
He may be a normal customer, but Ramsay's paying particular attention to the date sauce going on Matthew's duck.
Hey, Darren, the idea is bring the sauce up to the boil, then put the date puree in. Not put the date puree in fucking cold. Darren. Where's this one come from? Is you changing again? Bring the sauce up to the boil, then put the date puree in, okay? Unless you're trying to rectify the repertoire again. Remember we spoke about sauces and, hey, yes, look at me when I'm talking to you.
Yes, go on.
Remember what we spoke about?
Yes,
have you forgotten? Shall I run through it again?
No, go on.
You haven't forgotten?
No, go on.
Thank fuck for that. Good.
Manja. You must say, doesn't it?
Starters, one tartare Saint-Jacques and frog's legs for the critic.
I don't like admitting it, but I am a self-confessed perfectionist. I spend 16, 17 hours a day correcting things, maintaining standards, and having this obsessive character.
Nathan, prime example, quickly please. Just look at the thumbprint on there. Look. Look. Come here, you. Hey, Spick. Come here, you. Just look at the thumbprint on there. Get it back and get it clean. Yes, Nathan, is that it started again for the week? No. Fucking hell. Look, it's so evident. It's such a big dirty print on there. Wait. By the way, calm down. Come on, get out of the fucking way. I don't know what you're bringing sauce back here for, because unless it's a cream sauce, I don't want to see it on here. What are you doing this for? You're not changing again. No, every time you change, you get your ass caned. Hello, do you mind you? Yes. Go. Okay, Christoph, Matthew Ford's coming now, yes? Henry, can you shut the fuck up? All I'm hearing is your fog-oiled voice again.
What's that?
Brill.
Oh, brill.
Cooked in red wine.
Darren's date sauce is about to be tested.
Dates. Thank you very much indeed. Well,
it's very clever. It's very well presented. And God knows how they do that so it doesn't sink in. But I think it's slightly too strong for the brill, if I'm being really, really critical.
Really picky.
Matthew Ford's okay, Christoph? Yeah, he's happy?
Selection of macarons.
Limey.
There we go. They're doing
They look
sparkling.
like sort of multicoloured little turds.
That guy's had perfect food today, perfect service, perfect wine. If I get a shit article in 2 weeks' time, then I look forward to him coming back in here.
Would you let him in?
What do you think?
6 days after he was ejected from the restaurant, A.A. Gill has retaliated. His Sunday Times column describes Ramsay's eatery as hideous and its owner barely house-trained.
The whole reason behind asking him to leave the dining room was just for this particular reason. And lo and behold, a week after he's been thrown out, he's already become personal already. And he's made it quite clear that we're in for another personal attack next Sunday. So there's a huge contradiction here. This was not done on a PR stint. This was one man's opinion, my own opinion, the fact that I don't respect him as a critic any longer. I do not wish him in my dining room for the next 20 years. And this is the reason why.
If you're after a media punch-up, then Ramsay's your man. He rolls up his sleeves and heads for the International Court of Human Rights, or its TV equivalent, This Morning with Richard and Judy.
It's clearly evident to me the fact that this guy is, turning somewhat bitter against me. And he has this thing in his head, this paranoia that chefs have problems with their egos.
An hour before transmission, the celebrity chef is about to get some gentle probing into his psychological makeup by the show's celebrity psychiatrist, Raj Persaud.
one of the reasons why some people can't be assertive is they always want to be liked.
Yes.
And you can't basically want to be liked and be assertive. And you don't mind not being liked.
No, I can live with that.
Yeah.
What, for being a firm boss?
Yes, well, being a phone boss is all about taking the risk of not being liked.
Absolutely.
Have you always not minded not being liked? 'Cause that's
But I mean, it's something I don't really pay much attention to, really. I mean, I'm running a kitchen.
The only slight concern, but nobody ever does it on TV. We know you're fond of right language.
Oh, swearing. Yeah, we're not in service, are we?
No.
No, that only takes place between 12 o'clock and 3. Raj should know that.
Yeah.
And 7 o'clock and 11. But in the morning, certainly not.
That's great.
Especially if my mother's watching.
Yeah, and don't lie to them.
Definitely not.
Great, we'll see you.
Okay, great.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
No, I'm fine. Yes, yeah, I'll just read the paper.
It's been had this reputation for swearing.
Do you like
confrontation? Yeah. Love it. Can't you tell?
Was it a kind of straw that broke the camel's back syndrome, or have you hated him for ages?
Yeah, about 5 years now.
To be frank.
No, I mean, we never really got on from day one, really.
He said in his account of it in the paper on Sunday that he just couldn't understand it, that he wasn't rude, he didn't expect it to happen, and he thought that you were being petty. What's he said about you on a personal?
Well, I mean, we all know that the fact that I didn't make it at Rangers and we're labelled as a failed footballer in his eyes and an attitude of an 11-year-old boy.
You had warned him not to come, I think, to
previously,
many months ago.
3 months ago, I was having dinner with my wife at the Ivy. A very polite word in his ear one Sunday evening whilst leaving.
Stay out of town, big boy.
Along those lines.
Okie doke. Gordon, what's the name of your restaurant?
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. Easy to remember.
Easy to remember, absolutely.
Oh, come on, please. The amount of money you get paid around.
So yeah,
I'll take it. Thank you.
Right.
Lovely. You're fantastic.
What do you think of Richard and Judy?
Yeah, fine. They're sweet. No, they have a good program and they have a huge audience. And they were telling me at the end there that they got slated by AA himself, really, about the program, about how pathetic it was. I mean, again, this isn't a light-hearted chat, but I mean, that's the end now. No more.
Put it to bed.
Put it to bed. Get back in the kitchen where you belong, my dear boy.
It's been 3 weeks since The Guardian visited Gordon's restaurant. His professed indifference seems to have evaporated. He's come out with fellow chef Marcus at 1 a.m. to pick up a first edition from Leicester Square.
I'm terrible. I finish here on a Friday night at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll pick up the papers, so I'll see it, hot off the print. Matthew for risk life and limb. What?
About a chef, Gordon Ramsay, who's proven difficult to keep out of the news. What? The ingredients, the cooking is precise, the sourcing has powerful finesse, everything is finished to a polished degree. But there were a few slight technical errors. The batter on the frog's legs, for example, was just beginning to go soggy, and the sauce was superbly cooked, grilled intensely overpowered the individual dish. It's poached in red wine, the fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad article. It's not going to affect business, put it that way. And I think it's about the second from least sort of selling newspaper on a Saturday morning, to be honest. But I mean, it's fine, but it's not.
I mean, he seems to be a classic bully. Is that somebody who will overreact to people beneath him and then feel terribly aggrieved if somebody he doesn't have innate power over criticises him.
Hello, Marco. Very well, how are you? Can I feel bar souffletta? Yeah. Sorry?
Did you see Spectator today? Oh, nice slating from Joan fucking Collins. She mentioned the dreadful, dreary pokey hole, and she slated the apology letter. I didn't fucking write one.
You send me 6 fucking main courses like that again, and I'll grab you by the fucking scruff of the neck and I'll throw you on the street. You understand?
Next week, Ramsay is put to the ultimate test. An inspection by the Michelin Guide gives him the chance to become the youngest chef ever to win 3 stars.
Service.
and no one's going to stand in his way.
Guy puts himself in the shit, fucks the kitchen, stands there bubbling like a fucking baby.